I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be reviewing this bad boy here. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram, and I had a few of you guys ask me about my thoughts about it. So this is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I'll be doing almost like a first impressions slash review of this because I have been using it for a few days now. Had a lot of good reviews, had a lot of bad reviews, so if you are interested in what I think about it, then please continue watching. I'm just going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer just to prime my face. Take the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation with the Real Techniques buffing brush. You know, it's an actual godsend that this foundation has a pump. Like, thank you NARS, you finally listened to the people. 2 pumps this on the back of my hand, and it's quite runny. I don't know if you can see that running down my hand, but it is very runny. But they do say to shake well before use too, so don't forget to do that. On my face, I feel like when I'm putting it on my face, like usually with my Estee Lauder foundation, like I feel like I have to blend it really quick, but this almost just blends into the skin like instantly. I'm just going to apply my first layer and just use the Real Techniques buffing brush for this. Really silky. It does feel really lightweight, which is exactly what it claims to do, so that's good. Buffing all that in, I'm trying to avoid my eyebrows so they look a bit funky, just ignore that. Coverage wise, I would say it's probably medium to full. I'm actually probably, yeah, I'd say medium to full, but I would say that it's buildable into a full coverage, so I think maybe if you wanted to add 2 layers to this, I think you'll be fine. Feels absolutely amazing. Like, there's no smell, there's no like distinct smell to it either. One thing that I like to have in summer is my freckles on my nose peeking out, and I can still see them, they're still visible, but they're not like it, my skin just looks flawless. At a first glance, I've now had to kind of sink and dry into my face. The product has slightly clung to the dry patches on my nose, but I do have an issue with that on pretty much with every foundation that I use. Other than that, I think it looks absolutely flawless. It hasn't like sat into the pores of my face, and yeah, the coverage is amazing. It feels really good. I will say though, with this foundation, you definitely need to exfoliate and moisturize beforehand, especially if you have dry skin. I'm then just going to take NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. The amount of times you guys have probably heard I'm just going to take NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. Probably if you had a dime for every time, you'd be a millionaire. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to keep this as a NARS video because I think if you're testing out a product, I think it's best to test it from the exact same brand, just under my eyeballs. The foundation has dried with like a powder finish. I don't think you want to leave it too long before you put your concealer on, to be honest. Concealer has amazing coverage as well. I'm not powder, I'm just going to take the NARS Light Reflecting Setting Powder with my e.l.f. Small Tapered Brush. I'm just going to pop some of that on just to set the product, so I'm just going to pop some of that under my eyes. I'm not going to pop too much on just because, like I said, the foundation has a powdery finish anyway, but I'm just going to use it just to set some of the concealer. If you're using this for any photography or any catwalk thingy, fashion shows, whatever, anything that has photos in, I probably wouldn't use that powder just because it is light reflecting, and I don't know, I feel like you're going to get a lot of flashback with it. For bronzer, whoa. For bronzer, I'm just going to take my L'Oreal Color Riche bronzer and the Real Techniques cheek brush. So I'm just going to use this to bronze up, whoa. So I'm not going to be doing any contouring today, I'm just going to use a bronzer just to warm up my face. Just brush that slightly at the temples, down my neck. I'm also going to take some of that on my forehead too. What I like to do is position the brush towards the hairline and then almost drag it down where there's not so much product onto the brush. I'm also just going to be taking some of that bronzer on the bridge of my nose just because that's where the sun hits my face the most, and just slightly on my chin, just to give that real bronzed, sun-kissed look. Blush, I'm just going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Vivid Blush Lacquer in Oh Boy and an e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush. But I got these things are the most impossible thing to get out. Oh. And for my highlight, I'm just going to be taking Soft and Gentle from MAC. Now that's all done. If you are a returning visitor to my channel, you will know that with my reviews I always do a product, price, packaging and place, so where to buy it. It's not sent to me, and of course I will always put all that information in the description below. So I'm just going to read to you what it says on the box. As All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. I do believe this is a new one in the market. I could be wrong, it depends on where you are in the world, I suppose. Yeah, this is an All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, 16-hour wear and oil free. It reaches an extraordinary level of perfection with ultra lightweight complete coverage and a uniquely fluid silky feel. It's ideal for all skin types and tones, sweeps on weightlessly, absorbs quickly and blends easily for all day natural luminosity. It's non-comedogenic, did I say that right? Dermatology tested and formulated without oil, alcohol or fragrance. So yeah, with regards to the product, I would definitely say that it has a lightweight feel. It does feel very silky, almost slightly powdery. So if you have dry skin, I will be very particular about where you're putting the powder. It does blend very easily and it does absorb very quickly. So yeah, I would say that the foundation does everything that it claims to do. I will just throw out there that actually I have probably dry skin at the moment. A combination maybe. The colour I got this in was Santa Fe and that's medium 2, and at the minute I am NC25 in MAC. So I think Santa Fe would be a perfect match for you. Even if you're NC20, I think it'll be okay. So yeah, with regards to the product, I probably, even though it does everything it says, I just don't think that it necessarily will match my skin type as much as it would do somebody else. I can't speak for oily skin because obviously I don't have oily skin, but I mean, if you guys have tried this and you have a different skin type to me, put it down in the comments below, because it always helps to kind of be a bit proactive with the comments. And if somebody is curious about whether it might work for them or not, at least you can put your little bit in there and talk about your experience. I do like it. I don't think I'll be in a rush to buy it again. But it is a very, very beautiful foundation, and it does feel absolutely flawless. With regards to price, this was £32 from ASOS. You can get them other places like House of Fraser and of course NARS directly themselves. But if any of you guys out there are students, ASOS have a 10% off student discount all year round. They do even have promotions where there are 20% off. So yeah, I got that from there, and you get the discount off this as well. So it ended up being about £28.80 I paid for it. So it's quite pricey for a foundation, to be fair. So packaging, this is one thing that I really want to talk about, because if you are a fan of NARS Sheer Glow, you will be able to understand the frustration when it comes to the lack of pump. So yeah, this does come with a pump, if I just zoom in for you. So this does come with a pump. Of course, you have the very statement, well recognized matte NARS packaging here. Very frosted bottle, of course, with NARS here, and then it's just got a few bits on the back. But the pump is such good quality. It's not one that's you're gonna pump and then nothing is gonna come out. So yeah, so I really, really like the packaging. It's very heavy actually, and it is glass. So if you drop this, you will know about it. Put it in the box, and you also get a leaflet. I'm pretty sure they do this with every product from NARS anyway. Oh yeah, I love the packaging on this. I think it is definitely a very statement piece, and of course NARS just do everything so elegantly and sophisticated, so I love the packaging for that. Of course, the downside is if you travel with this, if you drop it, it will break, and it's a very pricey product to break. You don't really want to be dropping this, you know. So where can you buy this from? Like I reinstated earlier, House of Fraser, NARS directly, ASOS. I would say that ASOS have more of a colour range, because with the other brands they sell out really quick. But overall, I would say that I do love the foundation. I think it looks absolutely flawless, and I'm just going to have another look whilst it's drying. So yeah, it looks absolutely flawless. It doesn't sit into the pores whatsoever. The colour is just a perfect match. It has a very lightweight powdery finish, but the only thing that I would say is that it clings to dry parts on the face. So if you're trying to hide them, I would probably say that this foundation is not for you. Fantastic product overall. It does everything it claims to. The two negatives though, of course, it clings to dry patches and it's very pricey. So I hope this video has been useful for you guys. In the description now, I'm going to be putting up 5 options for different videos in the future, and I think this is something I'll be continuously doing throughout my videos. So what I want you guys to do is to basically have a little vote of which one you want. So I'll put the 5 options down below and just let me know which ones you want to see next, and whichever one gets the most votes, then of course I will do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I hope it's been helpful for you. If there's any questions, don't be afraid to ask me below. And if you see any questions that are unanswered, please try and answer them if you can, just to help all the other guys out. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!